I know. I said,
No?
I think they can see us. I can see
Yeah.
everything there.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know we moved the chairs. Sometimes if you get the sunlight the wrong way, it makes the screen dark.
Oh, okay.
What does it look like on the phone?
I haven't got it yet. For some reason.
Your notification goes to your emails.
You don't understand what I'm saying, but okay.
Yeah, that's where it'll say you're live, and all you do, right there it is,
Right
and you
there it
click
is,
on it.
but I wasn't getting that before, so.
Yeah, that's where it'll say you're live, and all you
Okay.
Kelly B.
Let's see. Johnny N. Hi.
Johnny N. He's a member.
Yes.
I was going to say I don't recall that name. I thought he might be new. By the way, if you're new coming to our live stream, let us know. We always like to know who's coming, who ain't coming, and that kind of thing. That lets us know whether we want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Truthfully, if people don't come, then we'll stop doing this and figure something else out. But if you're new, that means that we're attracting new people to come to it. Whether somebody recommended it or you found us by accident, let us know.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry.
KM.
Dalton. What's Dalton doing? How come you're out of school again?
Yeah, how come you're out of school? Why ain't you in school?
Or they still might be out. I don't know.
I was wondering that the other day. We saw some kids riding bicycles, yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Today's Wednesday, right? Monday.
Monday.
Saw kids riding bicycles at like around 2:00 in the afternoon or whatever, and I was just wondering why weren't they in school?
Oh. Oh, and hi, Dalton. I just wondered what you're doing home, babe.
William's up at NYPD Pizza having lunch.
Ah. How's their pizza? I haven't been there in a long time. And Kevin, hey, Kevin.
Dalton says he can't hear us. Does everybody else hear us okay? Let me know. It's probably Dalton. He probably don't have his phone turned up or something.
And Jerry Bell says he's new.
Jerry? No, well, since last week, I don't know, Jerry. Maybe you are new. I don't know.
Elizabeth Chamberlain, greetings from Chicago.
KM says it's Dalton because everybody can hear us fine. So Dalton, it's you. It's not us. Turn your speakers up. Turn your phone up.
Or put your headphones in.
Something.
Yeah.
Ruth says loud and clear. Okay, we're good to go.
Okay.
Johnny says Dalton's in class. He can't turn it up.
Might be.
You better not be in school and be on your phone.
He logged off and logged back on. He can hear you now. So, hey, Vic. Thank you for lunch the other day. It was wonderful.
Oh, yeah, Vic, I sent you an email. I don't know if you got it or not. I'm keeping in touch with Jeremy. Right now, it's just kind of a cluster to get back over there. Today we got Porch Settin. I got somebody dropping by here sometime this afternoon to show me something. I don't know what it is. And then tomorrow I got a doctor's appointment, I think at 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon. It's one of them stupid every year thing where you got to go see your doctor, get your insurance information update.
Yes, yes.
I hate it. I hate going.
It's a foggy there. And N.O. is from Richmond, Indiana.
That's where, gosh, I can't think of the RV dealer that was in Anderson for years. And then he moved to Richmond. What was his name? Because when he moved out, that Marion, Indiana sporting goods store moved in. What was it called?
Dick's?
Huh?
Dick's?
Dick.
Dick's Sporting Goods?
That's not Marion.
Okay.
Marion had the big warehouse right there.
Okay. Memory lane here. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
Anyway, yeah.
I doubt if he's still there either.
Yeah, he is. Somebody was telling me that his RV dealership in Richmond is still there and bigger than ever.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So we always thought when he moved out of Anderson, moved to Richmond, we thought, why? And I talked to the guy. I knew him. He said because it was halfway between Indianapolis, close to halfway between Indianapolis and Dayton, Ohio. He
Oh,
figured he could double his business. We always, and then they had that school bus factory that at one time was somewhere else in Indiana, and then it moved to Richmond. And I can't think of the name of that school bus factory. They built all the school buses for, I don't know, practically all of Indiana
Tom
anyway.
Raper. Thank you, Ann.
Tom Raper, that was it. Raper's RVs was in
Yeah.
Anderson, Indiana
Yes,
for a long
yes.
time.
Uh, oh, and Rick, it is beautiful here. It's 81 and sunny. It's very nice. Very nice. Not much wind,
Well, you
just a
can
little
see it.
breeze.
We turned this around. Normally, this ear is when I say here, I hit that where it's. You know what I'm talking about. You, you see stuff back here. I turned it around because at this time of year, the sun comes in over here on the other side, and it comes in at an angle. It's hard for me to show you. And then your legs end out in this sun, and you may not think so, but that sun's hot. It burns you. If you sit here for
Yeah.
2 hours talking on this, by the time you leave, and it happened to me once, my left leg was sunburnt. And so give it another, I don't know, a month, and we won't have that problem. But right now, it just comes in at an angle. So I moved the
Yeah.
chairs over here. We're in the shade right now. We may look a little darker than normal. I don't know. But if we do, that's why we're sitting in the shade. And it'll stay shady here because the sun's over there.
Yeah.
And so you're seeing back here when before, see if I turn this around. Let me see if I can turn this around. My back is killing me.
You're making it too technical.
See? Now see that? That's where you're seeing the part of the house that we normally sit on over there.
This way you don't have to look at our siding.
Wasn't that nice to look at?
Yeah. And Ann O says Wayne works at the bus factory.
Huh?
Ann O says Wayne works at the bus factory. They're in Richmond.
Oh, it's still there then.
Mm-hmm. No.
Well, I know it's been there for, well, I don't know how long it's been there, but it's been there for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony and Susan, hi. Lovely to see you. I mean, almost see you. You can see us. Oh, and Joy. Are you here, Joy? Yeah. And Dalton, we've been doing just fine.
Before somebody asked, yes, the refrigerator is installed. The microwave is installed. Of course, we've always had the stove. It's been here for a while. That's not much to install that. You push it in, plug it in. That's it. I haven't installed the dishwasher yet. It's here. It's out in the garage. I got it unboxed. The dishwasher we got works fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I just haven't installed the other one because I had to manhandle the refrigerator in the kitchen, not the new one. The old one, I wanted to keep it. So I had to get it out in the garage. It won't go through the garage door from the kitchen to the garage, even with the handles off. It's too wide. So I had to come out the front door, which means I had to manhandle it over here, come down a step, roll it around out here in the driveway and stuff. And there's actually about a 2-inch step to get up into the garage floor. So I had to get it up over that. Well, pushing this thing around and manhandling it and bend. And then while I was in the garage, I thought, well, it's empty. Might as well just clean the whole thing out. So I cleaned the whole thing out. And anyway, woke up the next day, and just below my right shoulder blade, I must have strained something because I've got a shooting pain that goes right through there. And I can't, so I'm not doing anything until it goes away. So
next time you'll just let me hire the guy.
I'm not paying a plumber $200 to
I'm
hook
just
up that
telling you,
dishwasher.
you
It's
didn't think
ridiculous.
you'd have any problem, but I'm just going to hire the guy.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Dick said they had to take the doors completely off to get their fridge in.
I thought about doing that. I really did. But here's the problem with that. I looked at it, and to take the one big door off on the refrigerator side would have been no big deal. It was the one on the freezer side and I don't know where they go. I don't know where they connect. And it was just getting to the point where I just didn't want to mess with it anymore. There's electrical wires that comes out from underneath the refrigerator, from the compressor area and all that. And it goes up into that door. and I didn't see a plug to unplug it. I'm sure it's underneath the refrigerator somewhere. I just said, the heck with it. I'm not doing it. You have to know me. I'm very impatient when it comes to getting something done. And so I just started pushing and prodding and poking and,
They probably know that by now.
yeah. So anyway, we got it out there. And also while I was out there, I got it tore apart, got it all cleaned out. I tore the back of the refrigerator off and thought I'd take my sweeper and clean out all the condenser coils, because it collects a lot of dust under there, because it's something you don't even look at for years. And so there really wasn't that much in there, but I cleaned it all out anyway. But see, when you get to be my age, the idea of getting on your knees and getting up and getting down and bending over and getting up, the old muscles start to pop and snap, and then there you are, you're screwed.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Skip did say he was impatient. Yeah, who would have thought, right? Hey, Rock.
He says the water line was the hard part. Well, I already had a water line, Vic, hooked to the other refrigerator that came with the house. And there was a new water line that came with this new refrigerator that I'd really like to use. It's a braided steel one. I'd really rather have that one. There's nothing wrong with the other water line, but it's just this kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just this reinforced rubbery plastic kind of line. And it works fine. And I was going to take it off though and put this new one on. Here's the problem. The shutoff valve that they put in these houses are them plastic push in and pull out pop valves. The water line is on that valve. And I don't know how to get it off of that valve. It don't screw on. It's like on the valve. And so I'm going to have to probably go to Ace Hardware or whatever over here at Wildwood and tell them what I got and what I want to do. I just about guarantee you them guys over there will be able to show me exactly what I need to do. I may have to buy a tool to take the water line off, because it actually looks like it's crimped on. And so I don't have the tools to get that stuff off.
Okay, so
Phil B says his net crashed.
yeah.
Huh. You know, on the last show, who was it? Was it Jerry Bell that gifted, like, I don't even know how many, but it was a bunch. He gifted memberships on my channel, and then YouTube hands them out to whoever's on the thing.
Right.
And I was trying to figure that out. And then
You still haven't figured it out?
Somebody told me you have to be live to do it. You can't do it unless you're live.
Oh.
So now that we're live,
I'm going to try it.
I did check. You hit that $ down there. And then it says membership. Join the membership access for this channel. Show you support, super sticker, super sets. I don't see anything on here about gifting anything.
Well, I don't know.
Jerry, tell me what I need to do. I'm on my phone and I hit that $ down there, and the only 3 choices I got is a super sticker, super chat, and then it says join for members only, access to this channel.
Yeah.
Let me hit that membership and see what it does.
Oh, in Dalton, we still have the RV. We just haven't went anywhere. It's taking up space in the storage lot.
Oh, I guess I do have more than one level. I didn't even know it. I got a 99-cent level. That's the appreciation level,
Yeah.
99 cents a month. I got a friendship level, $4.99 a month, and then I got a loyal membership, which is $24.99 a month. Who in the hell would pay $24 to watch me? Oh, I'm talking out loud again.
Uh-huh.
That was my inner voice. Real quick, I'm going to keep talking about this once in a while until it's done and over. This is the month. This is the month for the big show. Everything that we get this month, all super chats, all super stickers, anybody that's a member on my YouTube channel, 99 cents a month or whatever, all of this money this month is going to go into the pile, into the pot for the Children's Wish Foundation. And the show is going to be, when is it?
The 21st.
The 21st of this month. It's going to be a little early because of Christmas. So the 21st, WNL, 7 p.m. this month is when we're collecting a lot of money for the kids. I received quite a few PayPal donations in the last week, maybe 2 weeks. I wrote them all down in there.
And we've got some in the mail.
and we got some in the mail.
Yeah.
I got them, I think, yesterday.
Mhm.
And
Well, that's when I picked them up.
yeah, and they're in there. And so, I don't know what the total is right now. I haven't had anything up. I figure I'd just save that for the show.
Oh. Oh, well, Jerry's showing you right there.
Huh?
Jerry's showing you right there.
Showing me what?
He's got the site for the, evidently how you get to. He said he didn't know anything about what you did.
I just hit the dollar sign down there in the bottom.
Okay.
Somebody told me you got to hit that dollar sign, and one of the options that comes up is gifted.
Oh.
You can gift.
Okay.
Well, mine
Okay.
didn't show that.
Okay. And Cindy G says she'll send her donation by PayPal. That's great, Cindy. Like I said, we're getting down to the wire here, and like I said, we got a ways to go yet. So we appreciate everything we get, and then the kids appreciate it. That's the main thing. It's all for the kids.
I may have to go in there and get my Jackery. My phone's only got 24%.
Oh my gosh.
I'm always forgetting something. I can't even find the chat now. Seriously, it was there, and now it's.
I know. I couldn't find it a while ago, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I'm leaving. I'm leaving this whole thing, and then I'm going to come back in.
Okay, I'm good. And Elizabeth Chamberlain says she wrote a check for the kids and she'll put it in the mail after porch sitting. Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it.
Says live. There we are. Now I'm back.
You know what, Dewey? They used to have that in the paper, but I actually haven't seen it this month yet. But they used to have a map with showing you where all the big decorations were. Because the one that we used to go to, they retired that. But like I said, there's several different neighborhoods that have something going on. I'll see if I can find out for you. But like I said, they used to have it in the paper, but I haven't seen it yet. You might be able to go to districtgov.org, and they may have something on there about it. I'm not sure.
Where did you see that thing that Jerry Bell sent me? I see it.
Is it?
What is that, Jerry? It says account. Oh, well, that's for the donations. That's PayPal account. But what's that other one? Oh, here it is. YouTube.com. What is that? I'm going to click on that.
Okay.
That just takes you to my channel. I don't really. Am I looking at something wrong? Your memberships tab. See perks. I am so good at this. So I wouldn't mind gifting a few, to give people an idea what my membership is. There's videos on there that they don't see on YouTube. And the big thing is, for 99 cents, anything I put on the YouTube members thing is all commercial free. Because I'm like everybody else. I'm sick of commercials. Well, I can't find it, Jerry. Oh, G-Breeze, that's a 99-cent super sticker. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. We'll put that in the pile.
Yeah. And
C. Patterson says, when hubby and neighbor took the reefer out of the plastic thing, it broke, and we had a lake and a date with a plumber.
she had to get a new fridge too. That's what they run into.
Why would it leak like that? Oh, where the water hooks into the line and all. That's what I'm talking about. So I didn't mess with it. It looks like I'm going to need a tool, or it's very possible I may really have to call a plumber to hook this water line up. I don't know. I'm going to check into it.
Look there, Mark. Very good.
Mark Berry, you did it again, but how are you doing that? I want to do that.
Yeah, tell him how to do that, Mark, because he can't find it.
I'm hitting the dollar sign. That's what a guy told me. He said, you got to hit it. So I hit the dollar sign, and here's the three things that pop up. You can see it. It says super sticker, super chat, memberships. That's all it says. There's nothing on here about gifted.
No, you can't scroll up and see if there's
No, that's it.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't have anything about gifted. And he said that one of the options should be gift, or maybe because this is my channel, maybe I can't gift stuff because this is my channel. I don't know that either.
Well, Mark thinks it's funny, so.
It's hilarious. I know. I just can't figure this crap out.
Click on the dollar sign.
I did. I done that, Jerry. Now what?
This is all the people that was gifted a membership by Mark Berry.
I know it. I want to do it too. I want to help them out to show them what the memberships are. But I just don't have that option.
Okay. Okay, YouTube distributes gift memberships to viewers based on how much they interact with your channel.
That's fine. I want to know how to gift them. I don't care how they give them out.
Yeah, we're in the dark.
And everybody tells me, I said, we got a $sign. I do that, and I don't have that option.
Yeah. Oh,
hey, Vic Morrow, thanks, bud, for the $5 super chat. We'll throw that in a pile with the rest of them.
Yeah.
By the way, Vic, I am keeping in contact with Jeremy. I know he's building drawers or something right now to finish the job out. He sent me an email earlier saying he thought he was going to finish up Thursday. My doctor appointment Thursday, I think, is 2 or 2:30.
Sure.
So I don't know whether to come over before that. I don't know when he's going to show up at your place, and I don't know when he's going to finish up. I'd like to time it to where he's there finishing up, where I can get him to explain a couple of things, and then we can close it out with what you guys think of it, and we'll close it out, and then I'll maybe shoot to the doctor's office or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Cindy said they found out her refrigerator was back ordered, and so they canceled that one and ordered another, and now it's back ordered. So no fridge for weeks. Poor thing.
Make sure you send your thank you notes to China.
Yeah, and that's why Skip's always telling me to get rid of stuff before the new stuff gets here, and I don't do that because you never know. And I've waited since I got the stove, I think, in April. And I've waited for the other stuff because everything was back ordered. Everything I wanted was back ordered, and I got the rest of them finally. But like I said, when I ordered them, I always looked to make sure it was in the warehouse. It was here. Didn't have to worry about a ship bringing it over. It was here. And unfortunately, all the other 3 pieces, they were all available right here. So didn't have to. It was like a week. So I was really, really lucky.
Jerry sent me directions from YouTube of how to gift something.
Jerry, you don't know him very well, but he doesn't.
I'm gonna say, look at this. This is a book. Look at that. I scroll and I keep scrolling. It never ends.
Yeah. Oh, go back to work, wrestler. Old Dave needs the money. Ruth Ridger says she don't see that option either when she hits the $sign. So
that's what I say. We're hitting the wrong thing. It ain't that $sign.
Oh, okay. Membership gifting is only available for viewers to purchase on desktop live streams. We're working on bringing.
Even though I'm viewing it on my phone, I can't do it.
Says we're working on bringing this to mobile soon.
Oh, it's not on mobile. Oh.
Oh.
You didn't tell me that, Jerry. It's not available. It says on mobile. That's why I don't have it.
Yeah, it says only on.
See, they're going to have to really upgrade a lot. They're going to have to upgrade a lot of this stuff because I find out on my channel anyway, and probably everybody else's. People view these things, live things, 1 or 2 ways: on their cell phone or on their television set, more than anything.
Yeah.
And on the TV, you're restricted on what you can do. You can't make comments. You can't do a lot of stuff on TV. You can read comments, but you can't make a comment.
Yeah, I thought that was odd, really, but
because there's no typing thing.
Yeah. Well.
So, and then on your cell phone, as you can see, you're restricted there on some things. So they need to upgrade this stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Vic says he's here at 9:30ish, and he'll give you a heads up.
9:30 in the morning? Oh, God, Vic. That's early for me.
Hey, William. Kevin, I did see your chats, yes, and if you guys are going to be here around the 15th, yeah, feel free to give us a holler on Saturday and Sunday.
Who's going to be here?
Kevin and Karen.
Oh.
And I don't think we've got anything scheduled for that weekend.
I have no idea from one day to the next usually what I got scheduled, but generally speaking, though, Kevin, we always make time somehow, some way. You'll be here for a week. Within a week, we can make time somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Might just have you come over to my house.
Yeah.
Have you come over and join us on Porch Settin.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But I said, I don't know, the 15th, I think that's a weekend.
I'm really behind here. I'm getting to Jerry now where he says I'm new.
Okay. And he was joking. And
Huh.
Joy says same for ordering furniture. She herself is supposed to be arriving January, and she bought it a while back, so she still hadn't got. I know there for a while you couldn't get nothing. I mean, literally, you could not get anything. If it wasn't in store, you were kind of out of luck. And I said, because I said when I got the stove, I actually got the stove from Best Buy, and I was lucky that they had it in stock. But none of the rest of the stuff. So like I said, I've waited all this time to get the rest of them. So, and like I said, next is furniture. I mean, we've been here 8 going on 9 years, and it's just time to refurbish some. I was waiting to hear the comment. He didn't say anything.
I got it rolling around in here. There ain't no reason to refurbish anything. What it is, women get bored here. When they get bored, they just start buying stuff.
Well, it wasn't my fault things go out. I mean,
and if they ain't buying stuff, then they start looking for, oh, maybe we need to paint something.
Oh, that's next. I like the color that Vic's wife had there in the kitchen, but they all their cabinetry and everything.
Yeah.
It really looked well with that. It would not look good in our house.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I got some interesting video. Thanks to Vic, he gave me permission to do it. Of some things in a brand new house that I found interesting. That if you're thinking about buying a new house, this is the reason why you need to hire a very good home inspector. And some of them, to be honest with you, some of them I didn't really notice. He pointed them out to me. He said, look at this, and look at this, and look at this. And I was like, oh, my God. I mean, it looks like small things, really. But when you look at the labor it's going to take to straighten some of these things out, it's one of them deals where you have to disconnect this, unfasten that, take this off to get to the problem.
yeah.
And everybody's going to start pointing fingers. Well, that's not us, that's them. And, but it's all under warranty. They're going to take care of it.
But it was very visible. I'm not good at seeing that kind of thing.
And we're talking about a higher end home.
Yeah, but like I said, it was all very visible, and I was very surprised that it passed inspection, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to show it to you. And I know it's going to create controversy. I know some people are going to get mad at me because I get it all the time when I point something out at home. Okay. They're going to go, well, I bought a home down there 2 years ago, and we ain't never had a problem like that. Well, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying these are some of the things that are happening. I got it on film. It isn't like I'm making it up and lying. There it is. And it's something, if you're going to buy a home, just be aware of these things. Look for the stuff.
Yeah.
Because you only have like so many days when you buy a home on certain things. You got to file a claim or it ain't going to get fixed. One is grass. People don't know that, but your grass is warranted here 30 days. If you got a problem with your grass and you don't get a claim put in within 30 days, it's your grass.
But there's a lot of little things, and most everybody has at least one thing that they find. They're very good about fixing it, but like I said, it's just, you don't expect, like I said, once the builders did a walkthrough and then an inspector comes through, you wouldn't think they would still have the same things going on. But
I can remember when they did the contractor done a walkthrough here, and it was with our realtor. I think she was here, and we all did a walkthrough, and there was blue tape everywhere. He had blue tape stuck on a wall, blue tape stuck on a kitchen faucet, just blue tape.
Yeah.
And I was going around. He said, now, everywhere there's a blue tape, he said, these are things that we already have scheduled to get taken care of.
Okay.
And I found a couple of things. And other than that, everything he had marked was everything that was wrong. And by the time we moved in after closing, all of it was fixed. So, but except one thing, we did find that sometimes you don't notice something until after you move in. And then once you live in your house for a few weeks, then you start seeing things. It's kind of like when you buy a car. You don't notice little things on the car until you hand wash it the first time. Then you start seeing little things because you washed it. Well, in our shower where they put the floor down, tile floor, there was a couple of them little. We got like 1 inch square, 2 inch square tile on the floor, and the corners were kind of sticking up a little bit. Wasn't a big deal. It just really irritated me to sit on a toilet and look at it, and I didn't like it. So
It really is dangerous. I mean, if you stub your toe on that, you'd
I
smack
don't
into
think
the
you.
wall.
I don't
But
think you stub your toe on it. It wasn't up that high. I just kept sitting on a toilet looking at that, going, "I got to get that fixed. It's just bugging me to death." So we called them, and they sent a guy out like within a couple of days, and he cut them pieces of tile out and put them back in, and
yeah,
you know,
and we called them again because the grout was a different color
that
in a
what it was,
certain
the grout.
spot. Yeah, yeah, and we made them come back out and redo that. So, but those little things you don't notice them right away because you're in the process of moving and getting your stuff put in and having people come in. That are looking at installing your stuff, and you have yard people that you're doing business with. So people in and out all the time. So you don't notice the little stuff unless you go to use it. And that I think that's one of the things that they had.
Rick Anderson says we make retirement look fun. It
It
ain't as
is.
much fun as you think it
It
is.
is. Like if you sit in a dark room all day on your computer, not too much fun. But otherwise, there's you know a million things to do if you want to. You don't have to. You can.
There's a million things here to do, and you're not going to like 90% of them.
Yeah,
That's a fact. I mean, they're
that's
just
true.
here for everybody. Like they have basket weaving classes. Are you interested in basket weaving? Because I'm not.
No.
They have I don't even know what all they got. Like 3,000 clubs. How am I supposed to know? Oh, by the way, speaking of that, somebody sends a lot of emails. Apparently, this last video we put out, I haven't really paid no attention. I just read the emails. I don't know how many people's looked at the video. I don't know how many's watched the video. But I get emails. I get a lot of people making comments or send me an email about that, saying they really like that video of the dancing class, the lady that was a rockette and stuff like that. We had how many? I would say we had over 3 hours of video.
Yeah. We were there for a long time, and almost their whole class. And I enjoyed it. I really, really did.
Well, I got to get that stuff edited down to where you people aren't going to watch 3 hours of video. So I got to get it edited down, and I edit it down to. I bet I watched that video a dozen times. You edit it, then you go back and you watch it, and as you watch it, you go, "Oh, I don't need that," so you take that out. And then you go back and watch it again, and then you realize that didn't blend in very well with that cut. So I got to move it over. It goes on and on to get it cut down. I don't know what that video turned out to be. 20 minutes, maybe. That's really the best I could do. But somebody says, now what I need to do is go get a video of a beginner class so they can see the difference. Listen, suggesting all this is great. Finding out who has all this stuff is a whole different ball game. I don't know who has a beginner class. I don't know where the beginner class even is. I don't know who runs it. I don't have their phone number. I don't have their email. And generally speaking, I don't go to these different rec centers, and you just can't walk into a room with a camera because there's something going on in there. You got to have permissions and things. And
I'm
then,
going to start doing my phone work.
well, it's just
See
that
what we can get. Yeah.
I generally don't go to these things unless I'm invited. This lady invited me.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me an email. My email is the easiest thing in the world to find. And she sent me an email saying she had this class and she'd be interested. Wanted to know if I'd be interested in coming
And
over.
she's been a subscriber for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I told her, I said, sure, absolutely. And to help build up her memberships in the class is what it's all about. Get the advertisement out there. And I said, sure, I'll be glad to do that. And that's what led us to that. And then usually while I'm there doing something like that, because it's down there on the dark side and it's a ways for us to get down there, while I'm there, I generally try to take advantage of that, and I'll find 2 or 3 other things to video. That way I don't have to go down there every week to do anything. And so we did. So, somebody wants me to video a beginner's class of, say, tap dancing, or they got classes here to teach you how to line dance,
Yeah.
stuff like that. All they got to do is email me. That's it. That's all they got to do is email me. And I would generally get a hold of them or get back with them, or I'll send them my phone number or something, and we'll work it out.
Yeah. Kevin says they're cruising from the 10th to the 15th, but they're here in the villages from the 15th to the 19th.
Well, make sure you don't fall off the boat.
Yeah, don't fall off the boat.
They had one fall off the boat, what, a week ago?
And they got him back. I couldn't believe that.
He was out in the ocean, man.
Yeah.
He had no floating device. He just fell. He was drunk. You know he was drunk. He fell off the boat, and they found him like 24 hours later. Can you imagine? It's a wonder he didn't die of hypothermia out there. Ron will pass. $20.
Yeah.
Just call me Ron. I am in the village for a month of December, but busy with a 4-year-old December 17th through 21. I will contact you later. What gold peak do you get, Sue? The one with 0 sugar? I don't buy Gold Peak for Sue at all.
He wanted that. He was asking me that, I think, dear.
The green label. That's why I tell everybody to make it simple.
I get the one with the cane sugar. That's what he likes.
That's the green label.
Well, the green. There's also a green label that's sugar free.
It's a light green label that's sugar free. The dark green label is.
Yeah, but I get the one with the cane sugar in it because he likes that.
Yeah.
So,
You get me anything that's sugar free or low fat or low salt or whatever. I'm going to cry about it and whine about it because I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. And Ronald, the Camp Villages has started. I mean, they started taking applications Thursday, I believe. And I said you got to buy tickets for depending on what you want to do. But they've got a lot of things even a 4-year-old could do. So you might check into it, go to your rec center, and I think they've got a booklet there. If not, you can ask them about it. And there might be some things that you can do that a 4-year-old would enjoy. That might be cool. I know they do candy making, and I they do a lot of stuff for kids, but they do it for different ages. So you kind of got to pick and choose what would be good for your kid. But it's kind of nice because the grandparents have to go with them. Yeah.
Well, anyway, Ron, I'll put that $20 into the pile for the kids. Appreciate it, buddy. I think he's made donations before. He's made 2 or 3 of them.
Yes.
Donations up to this point.
And thank you.
And just let me say, you can make as many donations as you want. We'll take it all.
Oh, and let's see. Meadow 37, she thought it was cute that the tap instructor said right away that she was married. She's a great gal. She really is. And you could tell she's not shy. She's a big promoter, and I said she gets it done, but the girls all loved her. So, and I could understand she seems like a very good teacher.
Vic want to know if I picked up any tap dancing moves. I am not a dancer. I'm also not a singer.
I almost thought he should at least have her show him a few things. Don't you think?
It ain't happening. I do video. This is what I do. Just because I video somebody scuba diving, don't necessarily mean I'm going to go scuba diving. Even though I would try that.
Oh, Phil, this month's Patreon lunch is going to be a carry-in or a pitch-in. Believe it or not, I had some people ask me what was.
I'm going to send all the Patreon members a message. We're not going to talk about it here. I'm going to send all the Patreon a message on your Patreon account of what we need. But if you are a Patreon member, just know RSVP me. She wants a head count. I don't know why. The room's big enough for 100 people. But yeah, RSVP. I know Phil B's going to be there and probably his wife.
Yeah.
I know Linda and Roy's probably going to be there. Or at least I think Roy's going to be there. He may not. I know Judy's going to be there. There are certain people I know is going to be there.
Yeah.
But then to the rest of you, though, you need to RSVP so we can kind of get a head count. Because we have to set the tables up. And so we don't want to set 100 tables up if 20 people are going to show up.
Yeah, and Phil B, just give me a call, and we'll talk menu and what we need from everybody.
I'm sure Phil B is going to bring his famous fudge. Or maybe some, I don't know. I do think he said something about he's going to smoke some chicken wings, maybe, or ribs or something. I forget what he said. Phil B has a big smoker at his place, and he likes to smoke a lot of stuff.
Oh,
That
and
didn't
Tim,
sound right, did it? He likes to smoke.
you never know. Um, Timothy, if you want the recipe for the cherry delight, send us your email, and I'll just email it to you. It's very simple, very very simple. But like it's hard to do on here. But I can send you an email. I've actually made out a card to do that and forgot it.
Ruth Rager said she had to wait 4 months for her lazy boy chair.
Yeah, like I said, everything was backward because they weren't letting them off the dock. Once they got across overseas, they wouldn't let them off the dock.
So China's making our lazy boy chairs?
Just about everything now.
Lazy Boy's always been known as an American company. Always.
Well, like I said, shipping was the problem. It
No,
wasn't.
truckers haul stuff all the time. Even during COVID, you saw what happened. Truckers don't slow down. And if they have a diesel fuel shortage, the people that's got diesel cars and pickups, they're the ones that's not going to get the gas. Truckers will always have priority to that stuff.
Okay, so I guess it was all a conspiracy. But anyhow, you couldn't get anything for like 6 months.
Not when it comes to American stuff, because truckers will haul anything anywhere. Do you think during COVID that any UPS driver got laid off? Do you think any of them did? UPS will fire them.
You couldn't get a decent can of corn.
What's that got to do with trucks?
Well, they don't.
No, what that has to do with migratory labor. They say, well, I'm not going out there. And you can't force them to do it. You go out to California, you're going to find out how important migratory labor really is when it comes to vegetables and fruits and planting and harvesting. Everything out there is done almost by hand. There's very little machinery doing anything.
Oh, my. Phil said he's going to start soaking his nuts.
Well, I'm waiting for Jerry's response. Jerry, Phil's going to soak his nuts.
Oh.
William McGill. I think he's new. That's a new name, right? William McGill
I don't know.
says hi. Hi, William. Are you new? Appreciate it.
Timothy, just send it to Skip's email. I'll get it.
What am I getting?
The recipe for the cherry delight.
I don't know what it is.
Well, I told him to send me his email.
Let me just tell you for facts, though, when you make it, put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours before you try to cut it and serve it.
Yeah. And he doesn't like it cold that way, but...
No, but you got to let it get cool enough, just enough to where it sets up. Otherwise, you try to cut it, it comes out in just a big glob.
Well, and it's cream cheese. It shouldn't be sitting out very long. But I leave it out long enough to make it easy to mix.
Joanne, or is here Joanne or Joan? I don't know. Joan. Is that Joanne or Joan?
I would think Joan.
Joan, $20. Thanks, Joanne. Joanne, Joan. I don't know. I'll put that in with the kids. At the end of this, I'll add all this up and I'll write it down.
All right. And Cindy's looking forward to meeting us and showing us her new house.
What?
It's just been more. It said Cindy is looking forward to meeting us and showing us her new house.
Is that the one? Is that the one on top of the world?
Yes, and it's been a little more complicated and time consuming than what they expected, so that's why they haven't.
Well, I haven't had time right now, Cindy, but we will do this because I want to go up to on top of the world myself and look around and see. I want to see the newer areas that I haven't seen.
Oh.
Maybe we'll time it in such a way we can take a lunch or something at one of the local restaurants inside on top of the world also. See what I'm doing here? See the videos? Going up there, showing where on top of the world is. Next video, showing the house and how it looks and the layout and information and going to the restaurant. Could be a third video, food review.
Dick wants to know why the $5 Patreon levels are sold out. They cap the number.
I do. I usually cap the number because I don't want people to think I'm just doing it for the money because I'm really not. Yeah, because if you'll notice, there for the longest time, the $10 memberships were sold out for, I only had like 15 on there or something. I don't even know, I haven't even been on there and checked. I'm surprised the $5 are sold out though, because I thought I had like 50 of those on there. Maybe they are sold out. I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check. But people come, people go. They'll come in and they'll join for a month and then they leave and they come back and join for 2 months and leave. So I'm just saying, if I'll go look, I might be able to add another one or two. I don't know, but I really like to keep the membership levels kind of down a little bit, only because I don't want people going around and saying things like, "Well, he's only doing it for the money," because that's not true.
Okay. And, oh, Phil, he usually puts bourbon in the fudge, but now he's going to try a little dark rum. Well, that last batch, Phil, was very,
Yeah,
very good.
the batch you made and brought up to Nancy Lopez's Country Club, I could even eat that. That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
it was
You got
very, very good.
just a hint flavor of the alcohol,
Yeah,
but other than that, it was okay.
yeah. And let's see.
Somebody said something. Joy's going to be there. She just told me she sent an RSVP, so
Okay.
Joy's going to be there. I just saw something on here. Victor Moon says $2 level too low, $10 more than I want to spend. I understand, Vic. I'll go look and see what it is. Like I said, I just put that stuff on there for different levels for different people. You know, they can spend what they want to spend. $2 is the cheapest I could go, and that's why that $2 is on there. And then the only reason why I started a dollar level for YouTube was because on Patreon, $2 was the cheapest I could go. So I thought, well, I'll do actually, it's not even a dollar, it's 99 cents on YouTube. So that's as cheap as I could go. And I even looked on YouTube to see if I could put a 50 center on there. And they don't allow me to do that. So that's it. 99 cents is as cheap as I can go on YouTube. $2 is the cheapest I can go on Patreon, but I can go higher. And I've had people send me emails saying that they wish I would put a $100 level on there. I just can't bring myself to do that. $100 a month, nah. I don't know what my highest level. I think my highest level right now is like $25 a month. And believe it or not, it might be sold out because I didn't put very many on there. Because I was told this one time, and I just took it to heart. They said, we wish you would put a higher level on there and restrict the memberships because that would make us feel more special. So I did. I think on the $25 memberships, I think only 5 people is allowed to be on there. And I think it's sold out. I won't swear to it, but I think it is. And I will say this. Of all the people that join the higher numbers, like the $25 level, they stay forever. They never go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Cindy's still waiting for a lot of her stuff to be delivered.
Ruth Regger says they're not made in China. They're still made in America. Okay.
Lazy boy.
Yeah. I was going to say that's been American tradition
Like
for a long time.
It was, it was the travel time. It was not anything to do with overseas.
Cindy says she's still waiting for lots of stuff to be delivered.
Yeah.
Is she here? Or she?
No, I think she's here.
Or is she on top of the world one?
No, that's another Cindy, I believe. I don't know. No, I guess it's her. It was her. Who's the other Cindy? The other Cindy is Cindy Rowland, I think.
Oh, there's 3 or 4 Cindys, so I don't know which one's which.
We're sorry, honey. We get them mixed up sometimes. We've got so many. Oh, and Phil said that he thought you were postmenopausal.
He thought what?
Thought you were postmenopausal.
I could be.
Oh my. Joan Gear sent you $20.
I thought she did that, sent money up here.
Well, she may have, but there it is again.
Oh, she sent some more?
Well, I don't know where up here is. I never know where you're at.
Well, there's the bottom. I'm at the bottom and I see nothing there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm not at
Joan
the
Gurr,
bottom.
$20. That's the one I said thank you a while ago.
Okay.
And trust me, it will go in the pile. It always does. I'm actually kind of working on the Wish program now because I only got like 2 more weeks because it's going to be early. I've been in contact with him down there at Wish. There's a new person that took over Jenna's position, and Jenna knew what we did and how we did it, and so she kind of knew what to do with me when I asked for things. This girl Every time I send her stuff, I need this or I need that, she sends me an email back saying, well, I appreciate it. Let me get together with my supervisor to find out. And I just wait and wait and wait to get this stuff. I'm trying to get her to find somebody that we can actually bring on the show to talk to, like we did last year. She said she's still looking for somebody. And I don't think she understands. She can't wait till 2 days before the show and say, oh, I got somebody. Because I got to go through a systems check, all this stuff. And I need time to do it.
Oh, Joan Gear, Ethan Allen Furniture made in China. I did not know that, but
What is?
Ethan Allen Furniture.
Huh.
But I know
I
a
thought
lot
that
of
was
them
higher
are.
end stuff.
Well, but
Or it used to be.
the price doesn't matter anymore. It's like I said.
But Ethan Allen had the reputation of being higher end stuff because I remember we had an Ethan Allen store in Anderson, Indiana, when they first opened up. It didn't last very long because Anderson's not a high end town. They closed their doors there. They went down to Indianapolis at Castleton Square, which is a big mall down in Indianapolis, and they put the store in there, and it did fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, Cindy Patterson says she lives in the Villages, so it must be Cindy Rowland that's in On Top of the World.
Okay. I'm going to get to On Top of the World. I'm going to get up there. I want to make sure I can get through that gate first.
Yeah. And the Action Man says, can you check out Stone Creek Club near On Top of the World? I am thinking of moving there or the Villages.
What can I do?
If we get up there, check out the Stone Creek Club.
Stone Creek Club?
Yeah.
What club's that?
I'm assuming he means Stone Creek, which is another retirement village.
They have a gate. And I don't know if I can go through them gates. Some places here are gated communities, period. Mm-hmm. Other communities like ours, we have gates, but we're not a gated community.
Yeah.
So I don't know that Stone Creek is. I don't know that Stone Creek ain't. And I don't know what the process is to get through them gates.
Yeah. And I said, here, you can go to any of the restaurants or stores that's here because we're a community with gates, but not a gated community. But some of the others are very, we were in one where our friend Tom used to live in Fort Myers, and you actually had to give him your fingerprint. I mean, now that's gated. But yeah, I don't know about Stone Creek or Spruce Creek. There's Spruce Creek and Stonecrest or something like that. But yeah, it depends on if we could even get in or not.
Well, all that's Del Webb. Spruce Creek is Del Webb. Stonecrest is Del Webb.
Now, some of them you can get into the country club.
I have been in Del Webb. Del Webb's like we are here. It's public roads. Yeah. The guard may, write down your license plate or see your driver's license for ID, but other than that, you just go in. I played golf there. Just drive around. I know that
most of the restaurants are for the public, so you can go in that far anyhow. But I don't know other than that. I have not been in them other than just to. I think Deb and I went and looked at a rec center once. And I said, once you get used to them here, some of the others look pretty. They look like a school library, basically. Phil Beard says, I have a few $10 and $25 memberships left. So apparently everything else is sold out. So, I mean, I'm glad to hear that, really, because like I say, that's just more money I can use for the kids or whatever the case may be. Okay. And, hey, Kevin, see you later, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Okay. And Cindy is in the Villages, in the north part of the Villages. So it's the other side, Cindy. But, can we check out the newest community? It's called Up the Creek. Is that a joke? I don't know. I think so. Surely there's not a Villages Up the Creek. And Cindy Patterson says she's the Cindy that is the $25 Patreon member, but haven't had time to bug you yet. Oh, ain't no bugging me. I'll be right back. I think I need to go get my jackery. Oh, okay. Now you're running out of... Well, not running out, but it's down. Yeah, well, good, because I got a couple things here that I want to do. So, making them old man noises again. I wanted to show you guys, we've had people ask us before about a homeowners association. And we really don't have a homeowners association. We have two here that is similar in that, but one is the POA, which is the Property Owners Association of the Villages, and it's and then we have the VHA Voice. Hold that right so you can see it. And that's the Villages Homeowners Advocates. So there's not actually a homeowners association, but these two take that place. I have been told that one of them is basically for the come from the developer. The other isn't. They're totally against. That's why the big thing they had about the fire department becoming private, it did not go through because one of these papers, anyhow,
I think it's the wrong one.
was against doing that right away. They didn't say that they didn't want to do that. They were against doing it right away. They said that the ambulance thing had already been taken care of, so there wasn't any reason to do that because it would have increased our prices, our maintenance fees. The other one was all for it. So it's kind of, it's a yin and yang kind of thing. They argue back and forth about some things, but they both of them do some very, very good things for the villages. The helping hands thing, that's wonderful. I mean, it's a wonderful cause. You can get your medical equipment or what have you. You can just borrow it. I think it's like 6 weeks at a time. So if you need a wheelchair, if you need crutches, different things, not anything real serious medical, but just the odds and ends things, you can get it from them. That's a wonderful program. So they both have some really good things, but it's not a homeowners association. Like some people think, that you have to buy into it. And, well, ours is voluntary, and the price is like $10 or
$1 a year.
You don't know that.
I did. I read it.
Yeah. Well, on one, but not the other.
$1 a year or $1 a month. I think it was $1 a year.
Well, like I said, anyhow, they've got a lot of
money's for is to cover the cost of making that paper.
And I think it's a little bit more than that, but they both.
I think you're wrong.
This one, the homeowners association has the golf cart clinic. They have bingo.
Big deal. Bingo.
They have resident night, which resident night's important sometimes because they tell you, especially if you're new, they give you a lot of tips. And they have vendors that gives out free stuff. If they still do, I think they still do. So there's a lot of things going on, and they have, and that's with the homeowners association. They're the ones that have the helping hands. The POA bulletin supposedly is just for the people that own here, and they're considered to be separate from the homeowners association. So like I said, they do seem to have different views of things, but then when it comes to certain things, they're very much together on certain things. But I think between the two of them, they come up with the best ideas for us. I really think so. But it's not what you'd consider a homeowners association. Like, some of these places, I think the homeowners association is like $2,400. Now, I think ours is more than $1, but it's not very much. 10 or 15.
Well, the biggest difference is the homeowners association in most neighborhoods, when you sign your papers to close on a house, they have the right to come on your property and double check things. They can just walk up on your property and measure your bush, just to inspect your property. It gives them a right once or twice a year to make an appointment with you to come and inspect your property. And here, it doesn't work that way. Here it's complaint based. If somebody don't complain, nothing happens. Somebody complains, they come about that one thing only. So
but is that through?
That's our district rules. That has
nothing to do with these.
No, but I'm saying if you homeowners association places here, generally speaking, they have the right to come on your property and inspect things. Here they don't.
It was a joke.
But what was the joke?
What brand of motorcycle does Santa ride?
Holy motorcycle. Holy Davidson.
Holly Davidson.
Yeah.
Good, Phil. What is that colored magazine that has been coming in the paper the last couple of days? Seems like all advertisements.
That's this one.
No, the advertisement is
it's all advertisement in here. Look at it. That's what they're talking about. I've heard this complaint before. Every page got advertisement on it.
Well,
it comes in the newspaper. This magazine comes in a newspaper.
Okay.
What other magazine is it that comes in a newspaper?
They have one that has coupons and stuff in it.
That's not a magazine.
Okay. We're going to split hairs here. Well, they do have it. It's somewhat of a magazine. But it
All it
has,
is just like any other Sunday newspaper up north. Just another newspaper, what do they call that? A flyer they stick in there about every store that's got something on sale that we all know they're not going to have. They're going to have to back order it because they don't have it. Well, you've read the comments. Half of them, they can't get what they want. They find out that it's back ordered. They go to get something else to find out they're out of that.
well, when you said everybody's had that problem, so
I was talking to somebody. Who was I talking to? One of our family relations here. Oh, Julie. She's wanting to get a new refrigerator for her house. And they went to look at refrigerators. First she says, wow, she said refrigerators have really gotten expensive. And they have. It's crazy
yeah.
nuts to me
Yeah.
that you spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a damn refrigerator. That's crazy. But anyway, she said that refrigerator, plus they'd have to have the water hooked up because she's got an older house. The water line isn't behind the refrigerator like they do on the newer houses. So they have to go under the house and plumb it in. So now she's talking probably a couple $100 for a plumber, or at least that,
Yeah.
to do that.
Cindy said you had the one she was talking about. She was talking about
That's what I said. That's the only magazine.
Okay.
See what it says right there? What's that word? Magazine.
And it comes once a month, Cindy.
She said comes in the paper.
Yeah, and it comes once a month. And I said, and you're going to give it away.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
Yeah, I am. But see, now you just ruined it. I may have to wait till next week now. Because they all know I'm going to say the first email. So right now, by saying that, somebody's already sent me an email before I even started this.
You got a clock on your phone?
I ain't going to go through this now. Look at times that somebody sent me an email and stuff. You're making this way too difficult.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, when Deb used to live here, she lived in Fernandino, which is just the next neighborhood up from us. And they got a different, they got the Village magazine, but they got a different one that's called the Village Neighbors. And I don't know why they stopped at that neighborhood, because all of them got that up there, but we never got them here. But she would give me hers. This is why I knew about it. But I don't know why they, just published for a certain amount and that was it. But that's what it was
probably find out some kind of a rule in district rules. One district to another, they change.
Well, and I said,
like here, soliciting is not allowed here. People tell me it is. It's a Sumter County thing. You get a license, you can solicit. There's only a few exceptions. One is religious. The other one is political, I think. And that's about it. And I know that for facts in District 10 because there was a lady one time that came to our house, knocked on our door, and she was wanting to give us a price on spraying insects. I don't know, spraying our yard with insecticide or something. And I told her, I said, nah, we don't need that. And then I questioned her. I said, you realize you can't solicit here, go door to door. And she got huffy with me. And I thought, well, I'm not going to argue with her. So I called Community Watch. That's her job. I know that because I work there. And she said, what kind of car does she drive? Because it happened to be parked right here. And I said, it was a Cadillac of some kind. I gave her a license plate number. I said, she's walking around the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. She said, okay, I'll send somebody out and check it out. And then about, I don't know, an hour later, they called me up and said that they talked to the lady and she has left our neighborhood. So they told her to go. You cannot solicit here. Now, I understand in some neighborhoods, they've told them in that areas that if you have a Sumter County permit or something, and if you have a curb or something, there's some rules there, then yes, they're allowed to solicit in those neighborhoods. That's why I always say, read your district rules before you buy that house and find out what your rules are.
And then Phil says he gets it, and he doesn't subscribe to the paper. Well, it usually comes with the paper, but you can get them at the grocery stores. These
what papers?
The magazine.
Oh, they're free all around the place. Yeah. You go to the ice cream place. It used to be Ollie's. Now it's called something else. Ritter's. Yeah. They got a rack out front by the door. A lot of businesses, grocery stores have racks of them. Yeah. You just pick one up. They're free.
Yeah, they're free.
But I know that you guys that don't live here that are interested in the villages, little things like this is stuff that you might be interested in. Because they have houses in here for sale, I think.
Almost there's a whole...
it's always brand new houses. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, here it is. Right there it says "Find Your Dream." There's several pages.
And that
Let me
part
just
actually
open it
comes
up,
out of the
and
magazine.
then it'll show you the houses and what they look like, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, gives you an idea of the price range that they're
I
in.
don't know. There's no
They
price.
do.
Where?
Yeah, it tells you on there the price range.
Where? So, oh, starting in the low 300s.
Yeah,
Is that 310 or is that 330?
doesn't matter. It says low 300s. It's up to you to figure
Okay.
it out.
And then here it says starting in the low 200s.
Yeah.
So
They won't give you
people that
an
say that they
exact.
can't find a home here for less than $500,000, that's not true. Brand new homes right there. I mean, they're around.
Yeah.
But the one thing you can't do, and you know, well, I guess you can do whatever you want, but you can't compare the square footage and the price of a home in one state and compare it to Florida. You can't do that. The price of this home right here, if it was in Manhattan, would be over $1 million. Well, you can't compare the price of a home there to here. So you can't compare the price of a home in, say, California to here. So I get these emails once in a while where somebody says, I ain't coming down there, the yards are too small, and I get a house twice that size where I'm at for $500,000 and blah, 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 and go on and so forth. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't get the point to that email. I just don't get it. You know, because people come here for one's a lifestyle, that's number one, and they come here to get out of the winter weather up north. So if you're happy living in your home in Montana during the winter and you love it there, then there's no need for you to move here at all.
Yeah. Minute 37 wants to know if you bought anything at Bargains and Treasures or estate sales. Well, you know, the answer to that, if you go back through our archives, our old videos, Deb and I used to go to the estate sales and the thrift stores and the consignment shops, and Bargains and Treasures was one of them. And I think Skip even went with me once. And
I've been at Bargain. That's my favorite.
yeah,
I've been there 2 or 3 times. They used to have 2 stores. I think they're down back to
yeah,
one.
they're back to one. But the turnover is so great in there that just practically from week to week they have different stuff.
You could go in there on Monday and see a bunch of stuff. Go back in there, I swear to you, on Tuesday, a lot of stuff you looked at, you'll notice is gone.
Yeah, because they only take good stuff. They don't take junk. And it's a lot different than when it was up north.
And I would think in the wintertime, when all the snowbirds are here, the stuff disappears even faster.
And Bargains and Treasures is a consignment. It's not a thrift store. It's a consignment store. So it's a little different. But what we did the thrift stores too, Bargains and Blessings is a thrift store. It has a clothing store on one side, and then across the parking lot, it's got household goods and what have you. Very nice stores. And I've picked up wall stuff, different things that you don't necessarily. If I had looked for a curtain rod once, and it was an old one that you couldn't find anywhere else. You know, nobody sold them anymore. But I found one at one of the thrift stores. So there's a lot of things in there that you don't think about you might run into. Like I said, I never went to them up north. I just didn't see the need. And most of the stuff up there was it was rummage sale, basically. But like I said, the stores down here, people move and die, and you know, the stuff turns over very quick here. And I said, and they're very picky about what they take. I actually had a piece of furniture that they wouldn't take, so that's why I know that. Hey, Tim.
Whose kid?
Tim. Ford guy, 65.
Oh, you know, this is weird. I can't gift the membership on my phone, but look, I can give myself a $20 super chat.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, I'll just put that $20 with the kids.
And Jerry, Deb's doing just fine. I'm actually going to visit her Saturday. I'm going down, and we're gonna walk around town because the temperature's a little better now, and so we're gonna walk around town and see what we can't find to get into. I miss her. I really do. Oh, in Irving, yes, we finally got all the appliances now. And we even the same day that the microwave went out, then the coffee pot went out. But he was able to go on YouTube and find a tutorial on there, and he tore it apart and he fixed it. So wish he could do that with everything, but we got all our appliances.
YouTube is great.
Yes.
This is the second coffee pot. Here's what it is. It's just Keurig. I like Keurig. It's the newer version Keurig, whatever it is. And there's a light that comes on and it blinks and it gets on my nerves. And it's telling you that it needs to be descaled, which I'm descaled. I got no problem with that. So I went through the descaling on I'm talking about the first pot. I went through all the descaling, and you keep doing it over. You keep running the water over and over and over and over until the light goes out. The light goes out. Then the next day we got up to make coffee. Pot was dead. Nothing. Couldn't turn it on. Nothing. Just dead. So we threw it away and got another new one. Same thing. And I descaled this pot before, and I didn't have any problem. But this last time I descaled it, same thing. Very next day, it wouldn't work. So I thought there's something wrong here. So I went on YouTube and I Googled the brand, and then there was a video that somebody made saying after descaling, is your coffee pot not working? Something like that. So I watched his video, and he was showing that there's a heat sensor switch inside the coffee pot. It's kind of difficult to get to it. And he says, and what happens is, he said, when you're descaling it, you're hitting the button over and over and over again to the point where inside the pot, this stuff is getting hot. And to protect it from getting on fire, this thing pops. It's like a reset button. It pops and it shuts off all the juice to the pot. And he was showing how you can take just a paper clip, but you got to get inside the pot to do it and reset that. So I thought, hey, what the hell have I got to lose? It doesn't work anyway. So I took it in there and I tore it apart and hit the button, and it's now working, but my descaler light is still blinking.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm thinking maybe a piece of black electrical tape that'll take care of that problem.
Well, I'm going to look at coffee pots.
No,
we don't need one.
We'll
right
use
now.
that one until it quits working.
Yes, I know. And that's because you've got a coffee pot.
No, that other one I got, and there's not really coffee pots.
Well, call it what you want. Rick Anderson wants to know if you like being retired or not so much. He's never been retired. He's been doing something ever since we got here.
Yeah, pretty much. I worked for the villages for, I don't know, I'll say a year-ish. I was a gate guard. That's what I call it. I'm not sure what their official name of it is. I was the gate guard for the villages for quite a while. I kind of enjoyed doing that. I like working nights anyway, and nighttime here is the best time to do that because everybody's in bed. The only ones that are out and about are the ones coming from the squares that are driving drunk. And, it is what it is. It's 6-hour shifts, 4 days a week. The part about it I did not like was that if you look at it, if you start out, you're going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you get 4 days off. It's 4 days on, 4 days off. So then the next time you go to work is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The next time you work is Wednesday. See what I'm saying? I didn't like that part of it. But I didn't mind the job so bad. It didn't pay much, a little over minimum back then, like $8 and I don't know, 10 cents an hour or something like that. But as a village employee, we got some benefits for different things. One was that warehouse thing where they sell all the furniture from all the regional rec centers at a super cheap price.
Yeah, and they don't do that anymore, I don't think. I think they donate it to the high school. And the high school has a big yard sale once a year, and that's where they get rid of it. Because we used to get some really, Deb and I'd be tickled to death to go in there. We find a lot of stuff that you can put on the walls, lamps, dishes from new homes. What did they call them? Show homes? When they were showing a house, and then when they sell it, then they'd have all that stuff, and it was brand new. But as far as I know, I don't think they do that anymore. I haven't got any notices about it for a couple of years now. So,
but as far as being retired, I don't know. I mean, I don't drive a truck anymore, and I guess I retired from that. And you got to understand, it wasn't driving a truck that drove me nuts. It was the company I worked for, UPS. They have a way that when they think it's time for you to retire, they have a way of pushing you out that door without telling you you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that really got on my nerves. I made up my mind. I said, no, they're not going to tell me what to do. I mean, I'm going to stay here till I'm 65, whether they like it or not. They like to see you retire by 60 and get off the road, because from that age forward, actually, you could be a hazard on the road, pulling your reaction, your eyesight, all that kind of stuff. So, but I was passing physicals, and so they really couldn't do anything about it. But at the same time, they have a way of doing something about it. And I had enough of it. I just came home. I was 62 and a half. Didn't quite make it to 65 like I wanted. And I said, that's it. I'm done. I just couldn't take it anymore. So it wasn't driving the truck. I never did mind driving the truck. That's the easiest part of the job, really. It's going to work and putting up with all that BS around there.
Yeah. But ever since, like I said, he was a gate guard, and then he started the YouTube thing, and I said, it's a practically around the clock job now. So I can't say that he's ever really been retired. And nice, if he enjoys it that much, well, I guess it is. But to me, it just looks like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and there's no money in it, really, not for me. In order to make any money on YouTube, you got to have like 100,000 subscribers, which I don't have. I don't think I'll live long enough to see 100,000 subscribers. There's so many YouTube channels down here now that everybody is spreading out, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so I used to get maybe as many as 500 new subscribers a month, and that has really slowed down because there's down south. There's another. I don't even know how many anymore.
Yeah. But like I said, a lot of them are here and gone. They realize it takes a lot of work, and there's other things to do, and so they don't stick with it. But yeah, there's so many of them doing it now, and they're all doing, basically the same thing. So, but a lot of people watch more than one channel.
They do, but
Yeah.
it's become a personality. I get these emails of how people think I'm a prick, and that's okay. And how much nicer these other people are. It's a personality thing on YouTube now. They like to watch that person because they seem much nicer than you.
Yeah.
So I get those emails a lot.
We had some people that was here not last week, the week before on Porch Settin, and they had a YouTube channel. And they was very nice, and I went and checked out their channel.
I had them last week.
It was a week before when I was.
They were here.
No, they were on the channel.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind a new YouTuber or anything like that.
I went and checked out the channel, and they're doing good things.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just simply saying the reason why my channel will probably never grow like I want it to grow is because it is spread out so much to 50 different YouTube channels. All them people that used to come to my channel and subscribe are now subscribing to one of those other 50 channels or spreading around. And so just like this month, I think I can show you. I check it every now and then. Let me show you how it works.
Yeah.
Everything I do depends on the algorithm. So when I say, give us a thumbs up or hit that like button, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why everybody's telling you that. And I get really disappointed, just so you know. I get really disappointed when I'll have okay, here's one right here. On the Dancers Do Better in the Villages, the dancing video, I'm looking at it right now. Only 1.3 thousand of you has watched that video. That's not very many. I got 12,000 subscribers.
Is your phone ringing?
Huh?
Is your phone ringing?
No. Well, yeah, it is, but I'm not answering it. 1.3 thousand has watched that video. That's not very many at all. Matter of fact, that tells me that video doesn't really go with the people that either watch or used to watch my channel. And on the thumbs up, 155. Now, take that mathematically. 1.3 thousand people watched the video, but only 155 of them could hit that thumbs up. I'm always boggled by that. And yet the thumbs up is what a lot of the YouTube algorithm goes by. The like button, the thumbs up, comments. So anyway, let me show you.
Thanks. I don't know why you worry about it. This is not your livelihood.
Well, it's not my livelihood, but I want to be successful at it. And I'll just put it out there. If I can't be successful at it, I don't want to do it. Period.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just stop.
But have you got a point?
I do have in my head of how my channel should be growing every year,
Yeah.
every month. I don't care about the money part of it. It's just how much it should be growing in subscriberships every year and every month. And if it doesn't do that, I don't want to wear my car out, buying the gas, wearing tires out, running around and taking my time doing that when I can probably take my time and do something else, get in my RV and travel.
Well,
I've even thought about, people are going to hate me for this. I can hear them out there now. Well, if he's going to be that way, I'll just unsubscribe. I don't need this kind of crap. That's fine. I've even actually considered, I haven't done it. It's just things that roll around in my head that I wonder if I can do that. And I probably won't, but I have considered keeping my YouTube memberships, keeping my Patreon memberships, and doing all my videos and posting them on my membership pages only, and not putting nothing on YouTube.
yeah. But
I probably won't do that, but it's an option I have. What are you doing? What are you doing?
none of your business.
I'm a dipshit. They know that. Oh, I'm talking out loud again.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Done.
Going to the dentist.
Oh, you're going to the dentist.
They've been shopping. But yeah,
You know, I really like that car, but we had one of those worst gas mileage I ever seen in my life.
this and then the newer models isn't like that.
Really? What's the
Yeah.
gas mileage on that car?
I don't know, and I don't know what the
So
year
you don't
is.
know. So how do you know it's not any better or any worse?
I read everything. You know that.
Are you done?
Yeah.
It is. Aren't you glad you don't live in Pennsylvania? So aren't you glad you don't live in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, especially Philadelphia.
Yeah. We're not picking on Pennsylvania, but I just noticed the weather up there right now.
That's where they come from. They come from Philadelphia.
It can't be the best weather. It's got to be cold.
Yeah.
Maybe it ain't. I don't know. The way weather's changing nowadays.
Phil says if they are watching, you are successful.
Well, that's
I don't want to get on that subject again. Let's get away from it.
well, that
Yeah.
could be true. Could not be true. I don't know. I just have it in my head. Just like any business, like General Motors, they know what their goal is for next year already. We want to produce so many cars per month.
Okay.
Well, that's how I am. I want so many subscribers per month.
So have you got a goal?
I do. And we're not there at all.
Okay.
I used to be there, but we're not there anymore. And I tried to figure out why we're not there. You know, there's always going to be the Skip haters out there, just like Jerry and Linda. They're going to have their haters. Everybody has their haters for whatever reason.
And the lady that thinks I look like his grandmother.
I don't know who that was. Somebody, did you guys see that on the last Porch Settin? I told Sue, I saw that. At first I ignored it, didn't pay no attention, but then when I went to my studio on the computer to look all the comments up, because believe it or not, I read all the comments.
Yeah.
And this person had put on there, we were sitting out here, and her name was Kathy something. Now, we don't even know if it was a Kathy at all. It could have been a name they just made up, but Kathy something. And told something about Sue, told her to quit griping and being mean to me. Can you imagine this? Quit griping and being mean to me. And then the next comment was, well, you look like his grandmother. And then that's when I went in and started reading all the other comments. But then she said, oh, I didn't really mean that. Sorry. So I didn't think too much about it. And then underneath of that, it just got worse. Another comment, then another comment, then another comment. I mean, the same person made I don't even know how many comments. Finally, I just deleted the whole thing.
Captain B in the 603 says it wasn't her.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. It was somebody we don't know.
Yeah.
Because Sue, this person obviously does not watch my videos.
Oh, thank you guys.
I want to show you just how much money you make on here too. I have nothing to hide. I'm going to show you how analytics works. I don't know if you guys can
I
even
don't think you
see
can
this.
see that on there. Well,
Right there. You see that $5? What does that say? $5.08. Where's it at? Right there. And above that, if you can read that, I don't even know if you can read it. It tells you what video that is. That's on that dancing video. We took all day to go down there and bring it home and edit it and post it. I made $5.08.
Yeah, we're not getting rich, that's for sure.
This is why you need 100,000 subscribers,
Yeah.
and I don't have them. I have begged, borrowed, and stealed to get people to subscribe.
Yeah.
And
But we've got so many loyal people. I mean, we feel like we know you. I know you feel like you know us. But like I said, we've had some people with us for years, and we really appreciate that. It's uncanny how, you know, like I said, a lot of you we've never met before, but we feel like we know you.
Carol Apostolus on that video made a comment, says, very interesting show. It would be a great idea if you did more shows on the groups in the villages. I'm glad to do all of them, but they got to get a hold of me. I don't go around knocking on doors saying, hey, what are we doing in here?
And maybe we should.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, maybe I should.
It's almost turned into a full-time job doing what I do without adding more to that.
Okay. I just thought that was a great video. It was something that people need to see that was available.
I'm going by analytics, and according to analytics, people don't really like it. I don't get that many views. If I don't get that many views, that tells me I don't need to do that anymore. Cheryl S. says, really enjoyed this one. Maybe see if you can also find a true beginner class and also video for comparison. I'd be glad to do it. I don't know who that is. If you do, Cheryl, tell them to email me, and we'll get together.
Yeah.
Laura Lamb says, hi, Skip and Sue. Excellent video and interviewed with Darlene. Enjoyed seeing Darlene and her students dancing. I did too. We sat there. I did a lot of walking around. And when I edited the video, you really don't see me walking around because I tried to edit me out. You don't want to see me. And then sometimes when I'm on the other side of the room, you can see Sue on this side of the room with her camera. And you didn't want to see. So I had to kind of edit all that. And it's just.
Well, we had a nice little talk with all the girls in the group. And they really enjoyed what they were doing. I just enjoyed watching them. And Darlene did ask me. She said, "Are you wanting to dance now?" But I've got no previous dancing experience, so it wasn't something for me. But I would really love to because it looked like so much fun.
If you'll look at the video and watch the dancer's face, nothing else, you'll see them. They're like smiling all the time.
Yeah.
So they really like what they're doing. The Darlene, the ones that run the place, I wanted to pick on her a little bit, but I didn't. She runs the good class. It's kind of like a sergeant in the army, man. She tells people what to do.
Yeah.
But did you ever notice that whenever they go to dance, she always says 5, 6, 7, 8? I always wondered, why ain't it 1, 2, 3, 4? There's got to be a reason for that, right? Because all the dancers do that. It's always 5, 6, 7. Why ain't it 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah. Hi, Bill.
Oh, crap, I lost my chat again. Wait a minute, I'm unplugged.
Oh, my
God. My back. I can't reach down here. I got it.
Got it? Okay.
By the way, oh, my God, I can't get
Charles, hi.
If you ain't got one of these jackery things, they come in handy so much. I use this thing. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I use this for so many things. According to my here, it's 81 degrees and sunny.
Yeah. That's just a little bit of a breeze, not very much, and it feels great.
I don't know how accurate these phone temperature things are, but that's what mine says, is 81.
Mm-hmm. I said one in the house said the same thing.
Crap. I think I got to start over again. I've lost everything. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, Vic has
Sylvain says, Lawrence Welker says 1 and a 2 and a 3. I know. But on dancing, you watch anything about dancing in classes, it's always 5, 6, 7. And I don't get all that.
It might be just a force of habit.
I was going to ask her. I'm telling you, I'll bet you there's a reason for it, and I don't know what that is.
Well, I said she was a very interesting person. She really was. She has such a background. Uh, and I said she had some pictures from, I said, when she was 17 and she started with the Rockettes. And it's unbelievable. I mean, we're not from the New York area, and the only time we ever see the Rockettes was like at Christmas time. We'd see them on TV or what have you. But it was just so interesting to hear about some of the stuff that they, like the costume, how the costumes has changed. And she said that she was a particular kind of dancer. She wasn't she was a Broadway dancer, where some of the others aren't. And it was very interesting, I thought. But, that was me.
Well, I saw a message from Vic, not Vic, VC.
You
Where'd it
see, it
go?
says message retracted. I
No,
don't
he
know.
said it was 67 and raining. I think that's it, but he retracted his message. Why'd
Oh.
you do that for, Vic? Or not Vic, VC.
Hey, John.
Here it is. 67 degrees and raining in Virginia.
Oh,
Actually, I think the Darlene, the tap dancing teacher, she was from
Vermont.
some remote place in Virginia. She even said it. She said, if you know where that's at, it's very, very remote. She was born in Vermont, but she had her last dance studio was in Virginia. And then they moved from there. They went to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix, I think they went to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee to here.
Yeah. It's 67 degrees and raining in Virginia.
So what?
67 degrees and raining in Virginia.
That's what I said.
Mhm.
Are you not listening to me again? Mr. Levine says it's 56 and raining in Connecticut.
Yeah, our old neighbor is from Connecticut.
Mr. P says I'm subscribed to like 15 Village YouTube channels. Wow. So there's getting me more and more of them. I don't know how many there are. So you could tell me there's 50 of them down there now, and I'd believe you because I don't even know.
Listen, you're number two.
I'm number 2.
You're number two for subscribers, except for the one fashion channel. Maybe Skip should model clothing.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, right. I used to have to tell him what color shoes he's got on.
I know people here. It's like a contest. It was with me once too. I said I want to see if I can go a whole year and never have to wear long pants, and I've already done that. I don't even know when the last time I wore pants. Your brother's funeral, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How long's he been gone?
It was last year in December.
So it's been a year now.
Yeah, it's been a year.
And that's the last time I wore. So I've been a year. I haven't worn long pants. I don't. Not much of a goal, right?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Did you wear long pants in Texas last year? Because it was a little chillier last year than what it usually is. I don't think you did.
I don't think I did.
But I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did. I think we walked to the beach and everything all the time.
Yeah.
And I never wore long pants there either. Deb had a goal here. She wanted to go a whole year and not have to wear socks and shoes. Right?
Yeah.
She wore flip flops everywhere. What?
Yeah.
Not your
sandals
normal,
or
not your normal flip flops. These girls down here, just so you guys know, get prepared. They don't wear normal flip flops here. They're like designer stuff.
Oh.
They got little bows on them, and they got little fake diamond jewelry stuff stuck all over them.
It's girly stuff. It's not necessarily designer stuff. It's girly stuff.
Whatever.
But I tell you what, when I first came down here, I figured I'd wear my flip flops all the time. But I got to tell you, after the first couple times in the hospital and at the airport, and having to walk long distance in flip flops and listen to that flop, 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 then I actually bought some sandals that fastened on, so I didn't have to listen to that all the time. And that might, I know that's a silly thing, but like I said,
Meadow says, I was curious why they moved from Arizona to the Villages. Well, they didn't. They moved from Arizona to Tennessee first. Then they moved from Tennessee to here.
and I think he moved.
She explained that in the earlier part of the video. She said her husband worked for the government, and they moved him around, so she kind of had to follow.
She just set up instructions everywhere she went.
You know, because by that time, she couldn't be a rocket anymore. They have an age limit. You can't be fat. You can't be too tall. You can't be too short. And after a certain age, I'm sure when you start losing your looks, you're out.
Yeah, I was, I knew that they had a height and weight measurement. I didn't know what it was until she said that. But I don't think I would fit in any of those categories. But I think I'm down to 5'4". When you get older, you shrink a little. I was 5'4.5" for years and years, and that last time I was measured, I was 5'4". So I've lost a half an inch there.
Terry Bell is picking on me again. He says, "Are long pants the same as pants, or is it like warsh? WORSH?" Well, growing up, Mom would tell us, put on your dress pants, and I knew what that was, or put on your work clothes, um, put on your school clothes. I mean, she just had names for them, and I guess I just kind of adapted it, long pants. I don't know.
Yeah. Your family was rich. With us, it was just put on your clothes.
Well, I call these shorts. My grandpa would call them short pants.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing.
Are long pants the same as pants, or is it like wars? That's funny.
F. Bezos says, "Can't dance in flip-flops." Well, you wouldn't think so, but let me tell you, when I first moved here, we had some new neighbors here, and I don't even know who half of them was at that time. We were playing golf. They just opened the Volusia Executive Golf Course over here, and we all went over there to play golf. And we all were just kind of like teamed up. Nobody really had a favorite person to play golf with. We just all got in groups of 4, and we just started playing golf. And I played golf with a guy that played in flip-flops. And I always kept looking at that thinking, that's not etiquette. You don't play golf in flip-flops. But he kicked my ass.
That's right. Yeah. And Jerry Bell says old people refer to them as short pants and long pants.
Huh?
Only old people refer to them as short pants and long pants.
Well, do I look like a spring chicken to you? I remember the amateur hour. Was it Ted Mack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she said that some old people would remember that.
Yeah. And Joe wants to know how you tore up your hand. Joe wants to know how you tore up your hand.
I mean, that little thing right there? That's all I got is just that one little thing right there. Probably wrestling that refrigerator around. I ain't kidding you. By myself, that was a job. That's a heavy refrigerator. And I had to come out this doorway and roll her down through here and up and into the garage. And And then when I started it, I probably should have stopped, but I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and clean it out. It's already empty. Might as well clean it out. And then getting up and getting down, getting on your knees. I had to lay on the ground on my back to sweep out all the cobwebs underneath and all that. And
it's going in the garage. It'll probably never see your wash again.
No, I knew it. I knew it. Once I start filling it up and everything, the odds are you'll never see me pull that thing out and clean the bottom of it out again. And I'm not even sure I'll keep it.
Hey, Pauline.
I might get pissed off someday and go, this refrigerator's in my way. I don't like it. I'm selling it and getting rid of it. Because now I have 2 small refrigerators. What do you call them? Apartment size? I don't know what you call them little things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Them little $100 refrigerators you can buy.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them I got to get rid of now.
Oh, Paradise Point. Happy holidays, Sue and Skip. Laura from Melbourne. Hey. We have company.
Is that your chopper?
Hey, it works, don't it? Yeah, and it's a Honda.
Where's the rest of the crew?
The rest of the crew's in California, not here yet.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
So you don't have a his and her?
No. She won't go on the back.
Ah.
Well, I wouldn't go on the back of that either.
Well,
but I'd have my own. Here, I gotta get a chair.
Underneath you, sweetie.
I know it.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Making them old people noises. Okay.
This time of year, I'll tell you what, this umbrella they got here is just a big waste of time and money.
Well, I said, you want to use it while the sun's on the other side of the house.
The sun this time of year goes down at an angle over there, and as you can see, what it does, it just blows it this way.
Yeah. But up
And,
until noon, you don't get any sun here.
well, in the middle of summer, when things are like the noon sun would be up here, then we wouldn't have this problem.
Oh.
So is that the big reveal?
Yeah, that's it.
It's cute. But now I know somebody don't want to say their Honda is cute, but it's cute.
See, one of those things is what you need to go on back of your motorhome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you guys might want to see it.
Ah,
Let me
we had
let me turn this thing around
e-bike.
so you guys can see what the heck we're talking about. How do I turn this around there? Just turn around. That guy right there, coming from Porch Settin, brought his hog.
No, it's not a hog. It's a Honda.
Yeah. What do you guys think, man? You have to wear a helmet?
Should.
Well, you should.
Well, I don't know if it's a law here.
No,
That's not a law.
No, I've seen too many of them without them. No.
Rule number one, always wear one.
Well, and